We'll see in about 30 seconds how easy this key really is. It's one of those, you know what I mean? Okay, I have Thrash ticking on everything, and the reason I gather exactly like that is because I want my team to understand aggro. Like, that's actually the reason I gather like that. So I went around because my team is going to wait for these groundskeepers to actually group in, and then we'll see. Now, we should have actual damage this key. We should have legitimate... I trust my DPS in this key. So in terms of CCs and stuff, we'll see. But in terms of damage, I am not concerned in the slightest. I want to make sure those groundskeepers don't run off and pull that thing behind me. I want to stay on the Obliterator, which is already destroyed. You can see our damage is not low. Our prio damage might be a little low because that is just the nature of playing with the Ret Paladin. They tend to do a lot more kind of AoE damage, but they do blast. And obviously this Ret Pally in particular blasts. This is a famous Ret Paladin. Obviously, if you don't know him, this is not just any Ret Paladin. This is Boris. This is Boris, the Ret Paladin. He's level up Kent. He's a cool guy. He's a really chill dude. Actually, you know what the most inspiring thing about this Ret Paladin is? He has World of Warcraft tattoos, and his World of Warcraft tattoos make me want to get tattoos. That's how cool they are. I don't actually have any tattoos, and this Ret Paladin, he has entire sleeves done. And I mean that, like an actual World of Warcraft themed sleeves, both of them. All right, this is going to be a far pack. This is the worst possible pad that you can get for this. Unfortunately, I still have to pull it with this because I don't like pulling it with the next. So we're going to have to grip this. I missed my kick, actually. My bad. Grip, grip, grip. We're going to have to grip it. Otherwise, those beast casts are going to go off, and then I'm going to be in trouble. Grip, maybe? Nice. Okay. Whew. I was a little worried there. I'm not going to lie. Boom. Right here, Vortex Typhoon. Make sure I have Incarn up because this pull is a little scary after the first one. You have no cooldowns for this one, so it's a little bit tougher. War Stomp. Oh, our damage is Giga, man. We're not going to struggle for damage here. So if we just got to play it clean. I'm going to make decisions in this key, probably to go a little safer. I do need to buy a new mouse, by the way, because I cannot... Sometimes my kick doesn't cast on my mouse button because it is a $5 mouse. I've had it for a while now, and it probably does need to get replaced. All these I can chain in, actually. Once the caster and the Houndmaster are dead, you can actually chain in the rest. So that Houndmaster there is going to die. You can go in now. This is all funnel. And then what you're going to do, right, is you're going to not pull those other guys for funnel because we still currently have enough funnel, and you only need X amount of funnel for funnel. Right? The only time that you can't maximize funnel is, and you can never have too much funnel, is in a cake. When you're eating a cake of funnel, then you want as much funnel as humanly possible. Barkskin. But otherwise, it's actually better sometimes to have, like, intermediate funnel. So we're going to basically pull this. Yeah, we have all these targets on here still. Then what I'm going to do is go pull these groundskeepers. So we want to add them not right away because then it will just be pad. Right? Now, technically, what we should be doing here is single targeting this shard, although I do not... My DPS are good, but I don't know if they're ethical. You can have blasters, but technically, if people are blasters, they don't tend to be very ethical about their blasting. I'm not sure if you've noticed that, but I've definitely noticed that. If you have a DPS who's doing crazy large overall, the chances that they are slightly less than ethical with their single target prio damage is relatively speaking high. I'm going to be real with you. It is a sign that this, you know what I mean? That's what it is ethical DPS. That's exactly what it is. Like, for example, here, the only thing that matters is how fast this shard dies. Like, these groundskeepers can live forever. So if there's 4 groundskeepers on this shard, then you technically don't need to kill the groundskeepers. You only need to kill the shard, right? Okay, so here what we want is one of these. I don't want that Houndmaster pack is the problem. This is a delay. This is unfortunately kind of a big delay, actually, because I want the whole route here is we pull this with boss, and then we just drop combat for a while. It's very annoying. I used to pull those two with my Halls of Atonement route, but now we changed the route a little bit to pull these. And it saves a pull, but it is aggressive, and I'm not sure that aggressive, like I said before, is the right way to play this. Because I don't think you need to do it like that. Sigil of Chains, boom. Oh, that one dude. He didn't Sigil of Chains back, unfortunately. If that Beast Cast is going to go off, that's fine. You can let it. I mean, it's fine. I'm not worried about it. What trinkets are you running now? I still don't have Antenna. So I'm running Brand plus Pacemaker. I don't mind Pacemaker as a trinket, by the way. Like, it's okay. But it's not exactly the most... Maybe it's not Bis endgame. Like, I still think Antenna plus Brand is the way to go. I have a Heroic Brand. I don't Mythic Raid. So it's just the Heroic Brands. I think my Guardian Druid's pretty geared. Like, I did the Turbo Boost stuff this week, but I'm not uncapped. I War Stomp this. Yeah, this is a hard pull, but it's actually very doable if you trust your team just a little bit with some CCs and whatnot. So I can in-cap this. Perfect. I take one more Stone Fist to the face. Wild Charge back. No problem. And beautiful pull. Okay, I still think this is worth it. You know what I mean, though? Yeah, Antenna is, or Nether Prism, but I don't actually have Nether Prism. Have I tried the Chaotic? Yeah, so that one's pad. The problem with that trinket is that it's very, very... It's kind of like a bait trinket, because... It's a lot of pad damage on top of the fact that it doesn't have main stat on it, and people underestimate how much main stat is actually valued. So one of the things that you learn when you do keys is main stat is incredibly valuable for all specs, but in particular like tanks and healers, because it affects my baseline mitigation and every ability. So, main stat is going to be more valuable for me. Also, by the way, Druid can literally face tank 4 dogs that are raging, but I will still spend this here. Oh, what's up, Cable? Hey, how's it going, dude? Yeah, main stat is incredibly important in World of Warcraft. Do not... Yeah, exactly. But it is fun. What's up, Pixeluna? Yo, Cable. I'm trying a content strategy, which is called not giving a flying fuck. Now, I can give not flying fucks. Like, for example, if I wanted to give a standing fuck, that would be fine. Or even a horizontal fuck. But a flying fuck, absolutely not. We're doing a new thing where we try basically to give absolutely left. Druid tank is very chill, but also keep in mind that I've been playing tank for a very long time. So for me, tanking super chill, and I know I'm like really chill with it, but it's not necessarily a representation of what tanking looks like for everybody. It's something that I'm particularly passionate about, but I also have years of experience tanking. And I think that that's important to know, because sometimes you watch people play and you don't realize like how many mistakes they've made or how they had to learn, etc., etc. But this has been an ongoing learning experience. Does that make sense? And I do think that's important. I don't think that's always considered properly. I think that people sometimes harp, and you'll watch somebody play, you'll like, how do they tank that? How do they heal that? But the truth is, they failed it many times. You just didn't see that. Like, I remember on PTR, before the season came out, Halls of Atonement was not nerfed at that point, and it was just like, oof. Can I stop asking if it makes sense? But how am I going to know if it makes sense if I don't ask? I'm the type of person, I just ask, Mythic. Mythic, I'm a very direct, honest person. There are people, we speak the same language. Not everybody does. Not everybody speaks English as their first language. And if you want, I can start speaking Thai with you and asking if it makes sense in Thai. But I do think I'm just a very honest person. There are people who flirt, and then there are people like me who just say, sex? Question mark. I don't like the whole flirting business. I'm not really much of a flirter. I don't know how to flirt. I just, you know, you just kind of, you got to feel for people. You got chemistry. You're just like, you, me, le sex, question mark. I just feel like, you know what I mean? You don't even have to say the question mark. That's true. Does that make sense? I mean, does it? Yo, I mean, am I wrong? All right, I just got a text message. Somebody said yes. All right, cool. Solid. How do we went from tanking experience? Oh, they're basically the same thing. So I pug all my keys, and therefore pugging keys and sex are not that different, because basically when you engage with the looking for group system, you are actively getting fucked every day of your life just by existing, especially if you decide to play an off-meta tank. So really, they're not that different. All right, bye, Cable. Have a good night, Cable. Get some rest. Thank you for coming to say hi. Guys, if you don't know him, Cable is actually like a genuinely interesting streamer. There aren't a lot of streamers that you can have really cool conversations with. Honestly, Cable's one of them. Caleb, sorry, I call him Cable. What is this comparison? Am I wrong? Are you telling me that you don't get actively by Mythic Plus looking for group system? Are you telling me you have a fully not terrible experience with WoW looking for group? For the mage, you actually get it? No, I actually got it. Back in Shadowlands. I did it late because I didn't play Legion, but I did actually have that bear form, yes. And also, it changes all the time. How do you feel about Blizz mistakenly adding that in? Okay, so I got a bear form or two that I didn't have, and I'm not going to lie, I really liked it, but didn't they take them all away already? I haven't actually checked today. I thought they already took them all away. Didn't they already remove all of it? I thought they already corrected it. I really need Incarn for next pull, and I actually trust our boss damage enough. It's still in? My friend still has them? Okay, great. Cool. I have to move, by the way, and the reason is because I want more funnel on the boss, which we can take. There's no problem. Moving. Everybody kind of knows. As long as everybody knows what we're doing here. I don't want to pull. I want to move a little bit up because I don't want to pull that gargoyle. There you go. Nice. I'll just go through that line real quick because I need to make sure I have aggro on these as they come in. Perfect. What's up? Man, I'm having problems with dungeon routes every time. So I have dungeon routes in the Discord if you want it. Somebody can pin that. I don't know if any mods are here, but you can pin the Discord if you'd like. All of my routes in UI are in there, but I caution you, in most key levels, the right thing to do is just pull safe. Honestly, most of the time, the right decision is actually hit W, kind of don't try complicated skips, and just play the game. Like, it's actually almost always the right thing to do is just chill. It's almost never a good idea to overpull. In fact, the very next pull we're about to do, I see the fact that we effectively have full cooldowns, but our timer is so giga right now, it's unbelievably giga. This is not a regular, this is an ultra mega, imagine getting hauls, we're done with the first boss at 19 minutes. Most groups are done with the first boss at like 16. You know what I mean? I can't pin on phone because Switch don't let. Oh, no problem. I'll do it later. It's okay. I live this with just the Lunar Beam. Nice. And Jinxed. Well, hopefully not, because this is my key and it's not resilient. The question is big pull. Okay, big. We can go big pull here. I'm going to live it. It's mostly on me. It's almost all tank damage except for the one obliterator here. It's the ankle biters, which are hard. It's just this extra. I just pull this extra side here. I'm going to live it. I'm not concerned. In fact, I'm so confident that I'm going to live it. And also, I don't care about my damage to the point where we're going to split the ankle biters. That's the first thing you need to know. All you need to know is you split the ankle biters. So when these stacks drop off my DK, then I will pull these ones. Cool. Now, these ones will die a little bit later, but you still don't get 5 stacks like this. Cool. The second set of Mortal Strikes come in. We kick this one caster. It's all going to be okay. What's up, Godsmack? How you doing? Long time no see. And then I'm going to CC some of this. The healer is going to pop a cooldown. It's all going to be okay. I have to deal with one more set of Mortal Strikes. I have Rage of the Sleeper for that. Oh, I mean, our damage is so giga. This is the thing. Sometimes you just have good DPS. I'm not going to lie. Sometimes you just have... Look at how much damage we just did. It's already dead. Do you know how different that is? Do you know how different that pull feels when those ankle biters just live forever? Amazing. Amazing. We are so ahead on timer right now. All we have to do is just literally not have a catastrophe. This is the... Yeah, this is... The floodgate would be timed 3 times over if we just... I think it's underrated because DPS can get by... I'm going to be real with you. This is going to be a moment of honest admission, okay? I'm going to just say, this is a moment of honest admission. Can I be honest with you? DPS is the only role in World of Warcraft that can get by and be kind of bad at a higher key level. Because oftentimes, if you do 70% of what you're capable of as a DPS, it will actually be enough to time the key. But if you're doing 70% as a healer or a tank, you won't get to the key level to try the hard content because you won't be able to do it. Right? Make sense? So tanks and healers need to operate at a higher efficiency. Now, that's not saying 100%. It's not 100%. Tanks and healers don't need to be 100% all the time, but it's close to 100. That's a really bad pat. Bad pat. Bad pat. We just wait. Timer, Giga. Just wait. All good. Yeah, all good. All good, all good. It's fine. We're going to have to wait the full 30 seconds. It's literally no problem. And boom, that's percentage. Just like that. All good. Yeah, we're actually so fast right now. It's perfect. Yeah. Well, our DPS is so ahead. We're all good, though. It's okay. We're going to have full cooldowns. My brand Trink is going to be sad, though. Got you. Got you. I made the route for you. It's all good. There we go. Boom. Yeah, having good DPS matters a lot because it's actually hard to find them. I think it's easier to find a good tank and a good healer compared to good DPS. Because DPS are used to getting spoiled a little bit. Make sense? Like, DPS are used to getting just a little bit spoiled because they don't have to play at the same efficiency as other things. What's up, Pixeluna? Pixeluna, are you from Cable Stream? So the problem is that you won't time the 17 with a warrior that has 50% shield block uptime because he's going to die. But you will time the 17 with a DPS who dies 3 times because you have 3 battle reses. Right? Is he super zoomed in? This is my normal zoom in, I think. I don't think this is any more or less zoomed in than I normally am. Could be, a little bit. Try to get this next pool baited out here a little bit to, like, the side. I'm also a Resto Druid main, curious about Guardian. I made a Guardian guide if you were ever interested from a while ago, but it still applies. Guardian is super straightforward, but there's a few, maybe inconsistencies is the right word for it. Basically, though, there are a few weird things about Guardian, but I can just simplify them for you real easy if you want. Like, number one, first and foremost, listen to me. I can make your life so much easier. If you're playing a Loon's Chosen, which is probably what you should be playing, just take swipe and maul completely off your bars. Just, like, don't press swipe or maul. If you're playing Druid of the Claw because you like the class fantasy of it and you're, like, being a bear with big bleeds and stuff, like, that's fine. In which case you have to use those buttons. But if you're playing a Loon's Chosen, do just take swipe and maul off your bars. Highly recommend. My brand completely dropped, which is going to nuke my damage on this boss, unfortunately. Having to wait for the pat there was a little sad. After this, we probably go other side. Okay, kicking, war stomping, in-cap roar next. Yep. Take swipe and maul off your bars. It seems like they're buttons you want to press, but it's bait. You actually don't really want to press those buttons. Those buttons are... A lot of Guardian Druids get baited into it. And although some WoW players are indeed masters at the craft of baiting, it doesn't necessarily mean that you should just blindlessly follow this advice. But basically, yes. If you take swipe and maul, you're Druid of the Claw at the moment. Druid of the Claw is much harder. If you like it and it's just something you do for fun, go for it. You'll probably have a better time playing a Loon's Chosen if you're doing content where you feel challenged and surviving is an issue. If you want to be a tanky tank, I think a Loon's Chosen is just so much easier and more straightforward to play, but both are highly competitive, and you're absolutely, I got you. My Discord has a build if you want it, and/or build your own. What's up, Foxy? Is it raining here? Ah, my fellow Bangkokian. No. Not at the moment. Not yet. Not yet. Inside. We can go inside here. I bark skin early. Just go, go, go. Boom. Full cooldowns. Not gonna die today. It's a little scary tank pull, but it's no problem. Vortex now. Perfect. Nice. I don't even need to Typhoon them. They're already together. Yo, what's up, Pudge? Nope. Hasn't started raining here yet. Yeah, if you want, just, yeah, do exclamation Discord. I don't know if anybody can pin that, or I'll do it later. But all build and UI stuff is in Discord. Guardian is pretty chill. It's probably the most forgiving tank. I think it's the best first tank to learn how to tank on. But, you know what I mean? Hop on to say hi. Am I going now, though? Thanks for saying hi. I appreciate it. It's really cool to actually have Thai people on stream. Like, I never get to actually talk about Thailand with Thai people. You know what I mean? Just join, look for a Season 3 bear build. It should be the one that's pinned. Just the straight-up general build. Oh, do we even want to pull on boss? Are we good with that? Like, we have so much time right now. This has been an amazingly good key. Just, like, we're I mean, this is like, we are so far ahead at the moment. Cool. On boss. All right. We can still go on boss. I figured that will be acceptable. But just, this dog has to run through the middle. So if we're chaining him in, we kind of have to kill these dogs. This dog has always a potential if I don't... I have to, like, Giga position this one if he doesn't... just kill him real fast. Yeah, be safe. Because he can pull one of the screechers, and then you have a problem. Cool. So I'm just looking, making sure we don't pull one of the screechers, because it would be absolutely terrible to wipe here. Cool. Beautiful grip. Nice. I can trust my DK. Great. Yup. Correct. That's the one. That is the one I am playing right now. It still does plenty of damage. You are not going to be hurting for damage in this build. Do not fear. I watch the bolts with the many stacks on me. Cool. I Vortex Typhoon these ads. I War Stomp the ads. Holy shit. That bolt does hurt with this many stacks on me. It's okay. That was the only concern. I think from here, we're going to be just fine. I don't need a Dispel. I'm a big bear. I got this. I'm going to stop this Siphon Life with Incap. We're going to play clean, because a lot of mistakes can happen on this boss. But we're all good from here, I think. I'm using it for Heroic World Tier content and Remix. The Remix, I'm not so sure about. I know that sometimes they do weird talent things in Remix. I just want to point out. I cannot tell you for sure I know, because I decided not to play Remix at this point, though. So I actually, just to clarify, if you're playing Remix, I don't know if that build is the right choice. It appears to be the same. Then this is a solid build. Just to clarify, though, I don't know if there's like any sort of weird interactions or something that I would not know about. So that is just one thing to note. I'll play with it and see. Yeah, ultimately, you know, the thing I really think about WoW is you should play what you like to play. Honestly, like, I wish that more people kind of just played the talents that they had fun with and min-maxed a little bit less. I genuinely mean that, because most people aren't doing content that absolutely they have to inch out every percentage of DPS gain they possibly can. Like, that's just not actually a fact for most people. Do you know what I mean by that? But what everybody does is they go straight to Murloc.io or Archon.gg, and they're just kind of, you know, and they just copy-paste without actually thinking about their talents. And I actually think this is a real shame in WoW, because it used to be that if I was going to try a new spec that I hadn't tried before, the first thing I would do is sit there and read the talents and think, oh, okay, so this one interacts with this. And I'd probably be wrong half the time, but I put the thought in. But I'm not going to lie to you. The very first thing I'm going to do, if I'm starting a new spec, I'm going to probably just go to Murloc and check what people are running. I like to think for myself, but it's so accessible, that information now, that it feels weird not to do it, right? I find that to be strange, that we don't really play the game in the same way we used to, which is more, we used to play it in much more of an exploratory way. Take swipe and maul off your bars, correct. I think that for open world content, Pixeluna, you can play it, you can keep those buttons on your bar if you want, but technically speaking, Mangle, Thrash, Moonfire have more value for this build than swipe or maul would. I don't have time to check each talent. That's a good point too. And I was actually thinking about this because I am a happier, fundamentally, I've been way more of an adult recently. And I know this is wild, but I'm going to be honest with you. I have actually been going outside on purpose. I have been spending time with real life people. I've been intentionally taking my own 2 feet and stepping outside my front door, and I've been doing it on purpose, which is wild, I know, but I've been enjoying it, and I've got a lot of cool things happening with my life right now, but it's strange. It's definitely it's a little weird. I'm being an adult, and I'm enjoying it, okay? And I'm enjoying it. Yes, I'm having a good time, but you know, one of the weird things is I have a little bit less time for World of Warcraft, and I feel terrible for that, because I am not recognized enough in the community to just insta-get invited to Halkias. So I fell behind. And if you fall behind as an off-meta spec, especially an off-meta tank, bro, it's Jover. It's Jover for you. Do you know what I'm talking about? because, like, I fell behind the curve of IO, and now everybody is like, why would I take that Guardian Druid? He's not overqualified for this key. Because the truth is that at the moment, the way it's working is you need Resilient 19 to get into 18s. I mean that, and that's a little bit facetious, but I kind of mean it. Like, they basically expect you to have the resil to get into the key that you're trying to get into. It's a little strange. We didn't lust this, so we're actually going to be slightly behind this check. That's okay. We have infinite time. Just don't die. Just don't die. Oh, that was some big burst at the end. Holy. Great. Fantastic. How old am I? 28. 28. I am getting old. I'm closer to 30 than I am 20. My knees creak a little bit when I stand up. Actually, that's not true. I have pretty good knees. It's weird. I am getting older, though. I notice it. I see it in my face. I see it in the water. I see it in the wind. It's strange. Sometimes I'm sitting here, and I just hear Galadriel whispering in my voice. Not from Rings of Power, but from actually Lord of the Rings. It's a little strange. I actually, it is... It's weird. I'm noticing the fact that I'm not as young as I used to be. It's strange. I'm healthy and fit, and I'm the healthiest and fittest I've ever been. But I'm not young. You know what I mean? I turned to exactly. It's... I'm not going to greed any of this. There's no point. My damage is going to be a little low this run because I dropped my brand a few times, etc., but it's all good. I was super tanky. We had a really good route. I'll take this. We would have timed this on 18 too, aside from maybe a few close calls. I think this route for 18 is actually a very good route as well. All right, defensive. Everybody knows. A little close. I'm going to be right in here. I'm going to make sure I take 2 of these. Perfect. It's okay. It's part of life. Yeah. I'm not too fussed about it. Like I said, I'm actually the healthiest and strongest I've ever been. A lot of people don't know that the vast majority of my life was ruled by very chronic autoimmune conditions. And, like, I spent a lot of time in the hospital and stuff. You know what I mean, though? It's just possible to take more than 2. There's a position where you can take 3, but it's not reliable. And you can try to get 3 as a tank, but it's not, like, very repeatable. Like, I can try to put myself into that, like, spot to take 3 of the beams, but basically you take 2 every time. It's not that bad to heal it as long as your DK takes 1 with AMS and somebody else takes 1 that's tanky. And your healer, there's only 2 phases, so your healer, especially, like, they can just pop all their cooldowns alternating. So that phase shouldn't be that hard. But yes, if you can get the actual technical pitch perfect positioning, then it would be 3. Indeed. Yup. Yeah, exactly. But basically, the healer shouldn't have anything to really heal there. It's just this first initial part, which is so he pressed Lumitar here, so we're all going to be fine. Lumitar Trinket is OP, so see I'm like right in the boss. I should be taking these 2, but it looks like there's still 2 other beams out, so I can't manage to actually get all of them, unfortunately. This one I got Bark and Incarn, so I can greed this 1 hit here, no problem. This is not going to kill me. I don't know why I panic about that. I'm like, oh, wait, is it? No, I'm fine. Dude, we timed this with like 3 minutes left. So for 18, this would be fine. For 19, I guess I'd have to min-max my damage a little bit more and / or play warrior tank. Okay. Lumitar, it's so powerful, dude. Lumitar Trinket is actually so powerful. I want to play my Prez soon. One of the things I want to do soon is gear my Preservation Evoker. And I'm probably going to have to figure out a way to get Lumitar. Maybe I spend my dinar on it and just get, like, on Heroic. Or I try to raid every week and see if I can pick it up. I'm sure a lot of healers are still going to be looking for it. It's a very powerful trinket. It's kind of like brand for tanks. Like, tanks need brand. Well, healers need the Lumitar. Flying bear at the end. Well, it's not just a whole cooldown. It's a 50% DR. I'm not going to mythic raid. I don't think so. GG's. There you go. GG's. Clean. Clean. Super clean key. I mean, just beautiful key. That's pitch perfect, by the way. That was a 0 death hauls. I was hard chilling that whole time. Hard chilling. The whole time. Yeah, GG's. I mean, it's really impactful when you actually have DPS. This is my build, by the way. It's when you have good DPS, it's so impactful, man. There you go. This is the build that I'm playing right now. It's kind of the safe build. And here's my gear. I spent all my crests. I'm going to be 720 next week. And there it is. 17 hauls. Done.